Hey traders, how are you? This is Rick with Hit and Run Candlesticks, and top of the day to you. I've got some weekend charts to ponder. We'll take a look at the SPY here, and we may even look at the VIX if I don't forget. A couple things that I want to mention here is all my charts, they come from scans. They come from the stock scanner. And if you have any questions on setting up scans, just post them in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to answer you, maybe even do a little video to explain how it's done. If you have any questions about a chart, please feel free to post it in the comments below, and I'll get you answered though. So hope you do that. Thank you very much. And I want to reach out to everybody that has subscribed to the Hit Run Candlesticks YouTube channel. I appreciate it very, very, very much. So thank you. Okay, let's get going here. So Friday, here's the SPY, and this is Friday's close here. We are clearly having a little trouble getting through, what is this over here? November 22nd high up here. And here we ended up with on Thursday, a dark cloud cover. We had followed through to the downside, found support at the 50 period moving average. So here's the $64,000 question. Are we going to continue this downward spiral? I mean, we may get a little bounce, but are we going to continue that downward spiral, or are we going to start working our way up? And that truly is the $64,000 question. Now, I'm a chart follower, so I follow the charts. I follow price action. I follow the candlesticks. And what I'm seeing here right now is currently a chart that's in trouble. And, well, let me back that up. What I see is a chart that is lost and wandering, and it's looking for a direction. So there will certainly be trades if we start to bounce here next week. There will absolutely be trades that we can trade. But truthfully, until we break out of this high, be very, very, very cautious, because the market is going to be dicey at best. It's going to be choppy, and there's going to be a lot of sharks swimming around in the water. Now, the same thing can be said that if we say maybe we rally up a little bit, or if we don't and we just start coming back down, then that will be a direction we can work with. Just like waiting for that possible breakout, then we know what direction we're working with. If we start heading down, I think the direction will be very clear, and what we're going to be looking for is a test of these lows down in here, close to it, and then we'll have to reevaluate from there. At the moment, I'm seeing a bit of a top here, a bit of a top to be really, really concerned with. Now, I've mentioned this several times in the trading room. I think I've even mentioned it on a couple of videos. Now's the time to start brushing up on your shorting if you haven't. Even if we rally and break out and head up, I think we still should be at the top of our game with shorting. I believe we're close. I believe we're close. It could be here. I mean, if we fail, this could be the top, and that's it. But like I said, even if we start moving up here, we have a little game we're playing at Hit Run Candlesticks, looking for that 490 area. Even if we rally up, just brush up on shorts. Okay, so going into the close Friday, these alert boxes here, this is all part of the scanner, and the top 10 capitalized stocks in the S&P 500 were 80% red. 80% of them were red. FNGU was about 64% red. The Qs were about 60% red. What is that? The SPY here, 74% red. The Russell 1000, 59% red. The Diamonds, 83% red. There is nothing great in this market right now. Now, with that said, this could change in a heartbeat. Welcome to stock trading and chart following. So let's be on our toes. Let's be ready. Get ready for the gas pedal. Get ready for the brake. Shift gears when you need to. Trade with a stop, and always trade your trades, your rules. Okay, let's get this out of the way. I'm going to drop this. Okay, let's take a quick peek at the VIX, and then what we'll do is look at some charts, both long and short, to take a look at. So the VIX here, we've got a, I'm gonna call this a nice little double bottom right there. And we have a bullish piercing candle. We have follow through. We are not yet above the T line, and we're not yet above the Trendicator. For those that don't know, the T line is this black line right here. That's the 8 exponential moving average. The Trendicator is the green and red dots. This dotted blue line, that's the 50 period moving average there. And then very quietly, I've got the 200 period moving average and the 200, or what we call the dotted deuce in there. The main lines that moving averages we're going to be looking at are the T line here and the Trendicator, maybe the 50 today. So there is one thing about this chart that I do want to point out, and let's go to a weekly chart here and shrink that up like that. And this is something that I have some serious concern over. We're going to put a line right here at those bottoms and just make it go all the way across. And then we're going to come over here and put a line at these bottoms and make it just go all the way across. We're going to put a line at these bottoms and just make it go all the way across. As you can see, we're getting a series of higher lows, and that is a little concerning to me. See how we've been in a downtrend? Here we spiked up and we've pulled back, and all of a sudden we're above our downtrend line there. Here we are playing around up here. So I believe we need to be a little careful in this market, and don't take anything for granted. How's that? Nothing for granted. All right, let's look at some charts. I've got some longs and some shorts. I've got 15 of them, and I really hope you stay till the end. Also, too, if you're still listening right now, if I can get 100 thumbs up, 100 thumbs up on this video, then I'm going to open the room up. Well, I'm going to put out a 14-day free trial out there is what I'm going to do. So I need 100 thumbs up. So please, right now, if you don't mind, reach over there to the thumbs up button. If you like what you've heard in the past, if you like what you've heard going forward or up till now here today, if you'd like to wait till you hear more about the charts, that's fine. But please, reach over, just touch on that thumbs up button. And if I get to 100, I'm going to post a 14-day free trial out here for everyone to give it a try. Okay, let's go back to the daily. There we are. TMUS, I think, is still set up for a nice long trade. We've actually had it on our watch list for a few days, and it's even been on a couple of videos prior to this one. We've got a nice inverted, let me get my drawing tools. There we go. Here's a shoulder here, a head and a shoulder. So we've got a nice inverted head and shoulder. We've rallied up. Here we've pulled back. We've broken out of the 50 period moving average, doing quite well. Ended up with a doji Friday, and that may set us up for an entry. What I'll be looking for maybe is something in this area like that. And then we have a couple of targets up here, 124, 27, 31 up here as possible targets. Now, I want to just remind everybody, the charts I'm putting out here, they're meant for the watch list. They're not recommendations to buy. Trade your own trade. I put them on a watch list, and then I monitor the watch list, waiting for my setup, my time, my rules. So the market has got to be working for me. The chart has got to be working for me. And I've just got to have that feeling that the market is working in the direction I want to trade. So it's very important that that these rules are followed. And I think everybody should have rules like that. If you have questions on that, please post it in the comments, and I will do everything I can to help you here building a set of rules or what to look for. So T-Mobile here setting up. Sam, this could be, I mentioned this in the room yesterday, this could be the prettiest chart I've seen in a few days here. That chart is absolutely fantastic, absolutely beautiful. Here we've got a nice little bottom there. There we go. Oops, I'm going to change that. A nice rally to the upside. Here's a great little flag, a great bullish engulf in there. Absolutely fantastic. Let's look at some targets. It's now become a rounded bottom breakout, so a couple of automatic targets are going to be right here. Let's come over here and look at some price. I think we're going to use about 558 here as a target. And after that, well, all right, maybe we'll go in the middle here. There we go, 604. So that's what I'll be looking for here. We'll put the buy box in. Beautiful chart. Now I realize not everybody can trade a what is this, a $500 chart. I understand that. But you can find the same exact chart patterns that are $2 charts. You just have to have the tools to do that. So nice little entry in here. Possible targets to the upside. Trendicator has gone from a nice downtrending red to a uptrending green. Let's take a look at leg. Now leg is a short. So here's leg, been in a downtrend. The 50 period moving average headed down below the 200 period moving average. Nasty day Friday. Now, there could absolutely be a relief rally here. And this is why I say these charts aren't meant to just go out and bang a trade out of them in the next 5 minutes or anything. These are for me to put on my watch list and wait for them to set up. Now, I don't really want to chase this, so I might have to wait for a little bit of a relief rally for it to set up. An example of a relief rally would be, say right here. You see this big down move? See how we rally up? That's a relief rally. Now here it came down, but it came back up. That's a relief rally. This area here could have been shortable. This area here could have been shortable. This area here could have been shortable. There's a relief rally right there. Go to a weekly chart just so we can see everything. I'm looking about $34 for a target to the downside. NEM, a lot of gold and silver we're setting up. I think the only one I put on here is NEM today. But there is truly a lot of gold and silver setting up, so we want to keep an eye on those. Take a look at Thursday, that big old candle here on Thursday. Let's put this up there. You can see how we've got a low and a higher low. Here we broke out. We broke out of that level right through there, right there. So now what I might be looking for that entry is a nice little pullback off this shooting star. So maybe a little bit of a pullback into here like that. So nice little pullback. We'll shop for that entry. Boom, 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 boom. I'm going to let it set up. It has to come do what I want it to do, and I want it to do a pullback. We'll look for the buy-in here, and then we'll look at possible targets to the upside. 66, 63, 60. AT&T is another one that I thought was very nice. Now, this is one that was on the watch list, yesterday or a day or so ago. I can't remember now. Here we have a nice little bottom set in here, and I'm going to call that a double bottom. Nice bull kicker to the upside. Here we are in the buy box right now. If we can get an entry in that buy box and then get through that 50 period moving average, we could see up here at 2480. Now, That's a 6%. We're going to raise that up. So that's a 5.5% move right there. We stabilize above the 50-period moving average, these candles, then I see the possibility of moving up about 11%. Now, I know, you know, we all know that stocks just don't go straight up. They just don't do that. So what happens is, let's just assume we get here. We move up, and you're going to see consolidation. This may be a profit-taking area. It might not be. I can't predict what that's going to be. And then what we're going to look for is another buy signal, another swing setup. We'll take that swing, hopefully. And then there will be another pullback at some point. Now, I don't know if these will be the exact levels, but as a trader, we've got to decide, are we going to take profits on the swings? Are we going to live with the pullbacks? And this is what, as a trader, that we all have to learn how to set stops, maybe move stops up, look for support to keep us in the trade if we want to be in the trade, or take profits if into strength if that's what we want to do. But I do see the path here up to about $27. HON is another short setup. You can see how we've got this rounded top right here. Let me draw this up. See how we've got this rounded top working in here. 50-period moving average is now below the 200-period moving average. We have a bearish H pattern setting up. That's something I see here. So let me draw that out for you. This is a nice bearish H pattern right there. And the bearish H pattern below this low over here, that's when it starts to really take off and work. That's when it confirms. It's the exact opposite of a bullish J-hook continuation pattern. This is the dreaded H continuation pattern to the downside. So right now I'm looking for 183.70 as a possible target to the downside. Remember that when you're looking at a chart, you want to set up a plan. I know a lot of people, when we mention that word, a plan, it turns everybody off. I don't want a plan. I don't want any stinking plan. I don't need a stinking plan. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. A simple plan. It doesn't have to be fantastic. It doesn't have to be 19 pages long. Acknowledge there's a downtrend. Acknowledge where you might put your stop. Wherever you put your stop. Maybe it's here. Maybe it's here. Maybe it's here. Just acknowledge you have a stop in there. How tough was that? How tough was that? Not too tough. It wasn't 19 pages. In fact, it was just a few seconds. So always have a plan and always stick to your plan. Even if you get stopped out and then it turns around and starts working in your direction. Always stick with that plan. DRI, this may be a nice short. So Friday we had this big gap to the downside. Big old long-legged rickshaw doji. We could definitely see a little bit of a bounce coming here. Definitely could see that. Well, I'm going to be shopping for a short up here. I can't guarantee we're going to have a relief rally, but if we do, I'm going to be shopping for a short here. Also, if we start seeing weakness below about 136, I'm looking at 118, 119 for a possible short target. FAS. Now you would think with maybe with rates going higher that banks would be doing a little bit better, but they don't seem to be doing that. And regardless, I'm more of a chart follower than trying to figure out all that mumbo jumbo on the back end. Just follow the chart. It tells you everything you need to know. So here we have a shooting star. We have a move down. We stopped right here. I put this trend line on. I've got this wedge put in there because truthfully, this could be a long and could be a short. So it's very simple. Let me get my pen out. Really, anything in this area right here is just a lot of mumbo jumbo noise. It's just not worth the headache. On the other hand, if we break out that could be worth it. If we break down, that could be worth it. So on a breakout, I'll be looking for a long. On a breakdown, I'm going to be looking for more of a short. Starbucks. Starbucks is having a tough time. They really are. Poor guys. Moving sideways here, getting a little bit questionable. Big move to the downside Friday. So let's put this line right here. We break through that 108.45-ish. I'm looking at about 96 here. Now, Starbucks is down enough, and I think Starbucks is probably well liked enough that we could see a little bit of a relief rally. And on this relief rally, I'm going to be watching for a short setup here. On the chance that it doesn't give me that and it's a pretty decent rally up, there's no way I could be long on this until pretty much over about 114.50 here. Then maybe I might not look so much for that short. XOM. Hey everyone. Again, I want to reach out and say thank you very much. Don't forget to push that thumbs up button if you like this video. We're on number 10, so let me get through this. We've got 5 more to do, so I hope you hang with me to the end of the video. XOM. Again, I've got this wedge drawn. This could actually turn either way. If we see continued weakness to the downside, I'm looking at 56.75. If we see bullishness to the upside, then we're just simply going to put that high up here, and then we'll trade price in there. So anything in the middle is just a whole lot of noise, and it's just a whole lot of risk. Wait till it either breaks down or it breaks up. When I say wait, I'm talking to myself. I'm saying, Rick, be patient on this. I want to trade some XM, but I think what I want to do is wait for that breakout if it's long, for a long trade. And if it's short, I want to take the short, and I'll be looking for 56 as a target here. Goldman Sachs, another one I've got that wedge drawn on. So let's see if that holds. If it holds, the bulls step in. Okay, fine. If the bulls come up here and, just like those others, if they come up to this line and all of a sudden give us a sell signal, well, I might see a good reason to short that to the downside. If we end up breaking out, then I'm going to look for a buy. And my typical buy, by the way, is not necessarily the first breakout, but it's the breakout and then what comes after the breakout, something like that. And then, of course, if we're going to trade short, well, down through that line right there. And you do have the 200 period moving average floating about right in here. So we'll watch that, and a failure here should get us to about 358. Okay, for those that want a little risk out there, throw a little risk just at the wind and to see what happens. Take a look at BBIG. We've got a doji gap up. We've got a nice little pop out of the box consolidation setup in here. If we start to break out right there, nice little bullish engulf Friday. If we start to break out of the Trendicator turning green, then I'm going to be looking up here about the 50 period moving average to a tradable target. So the trade, it may not get there, but we'll look for a trade moving up. And my goodness, that's, I should probably do this. Let's move that. There we go. There we go. That's a 40% move there, up to that 50 period moving average. Be careful, very risky here. CRISP. I know a couple people in the hit run candles trading room that has already long CRISP by a couple of days. Way to go, folks. Nice job. We've got a low, a high, a higher low, and here we have a breakout. Let's put a line right there. Now we have that breakout. Super, super nice chart. Very, very nice. We get through that 50 period moving average. I'm looking at 97.50, then 104, then 114 as possible targets. Now that we've broken out here of the Trendicator and this low, high, higher, low chart pattern, that would be a good place for a buy signal right in there. Over the 50-period moving average would also make sense. 2 more to go. Here's IBM. This is, I know a lot of people that's at IBM. We've talked about it in the trading room several times this past week. We're now over that 50-period moving average, and right now I'm looking for 133 and then up there to 136. Watch for the pullbacks to trend. And the last one I have is Verizon. Verizon's now a rounded bottom breakout. We have a low. Let's draw this. There we go. We have a low to a higher low, double bottom to a higher high. So anything above 51.88 is going to be bullish. I'm simply waiting for it to pull back or set up into what I like to buy. Example might be just a pullback, could be, what we call a PBO, pullback opportunity, could be a 3/8 trap, could be a, you don't have to use a 3/8 trap. It could be something like the highest high and the 3 exponential moving average. That's a trap in itself. So we're going to wait, be patient, let the chart set up. We know what we want. We know what we're going to look for. And then we'll look for that buy. And then we get through 53.85. Let's look for 55, 56, 56, 57 possible targets up here. Okay. Hey, thank you, everybody. Thank you very, very much for watching this video. Please don't forget, I need 100 thumbs up. If you can do that for me, we're going to put a trial out there for everybody. Members of Hit and Run Candlesticks, thank you so much for working with us this past year. Thank you so much. I look forward to for 2022, and we'll see everybody Monday or on the next video. Thanks, everybody. Be safe.